A long time ago, I was having lunch with my cousin, and we were talking about how fun it would be to run into this band that was having a concert in the city. But we were just dreaming about it because we thought it was impossible. So at one point in the lunch, I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, I saw my cousin talking to some people. So I went closer, and I realized that it was this band that we were talking about. At first, I was really shocked, so I didn't talk or anything. And then when I started talking more, we saw that they were really fun, and they even invited us to lunch.
Okay, so this is quite a funny story. Now, I once had a few years ago, I had a history test, and I hadn't studied at all for the history test. And the day before, I went to the library to get the book that I needed to study, so I hadn't studied at all. And I went to the librarian and I asked him, look, I'm going to fail this test, what should I do? And the librarian said, okay, well look, when I used to study, I used to get a small paper and write down everything and put it just here. So when you do the exam, you just take it out, you copy it, and you'll pass. I was like, okay, great. So I went home and I did my cheat sheet, which is what the piece of paper is called, and I went the next day. So I'm there, I'm really confident, I know I'm going to pass, and the headmaster comes in and says, sorry, but the teacher hasn't come, but the substitute teacher would come. And you can imagine the look on my face when the librarian comes in, and we look at each other like that, and I just take it out and wave it at him like that, and yeah, I failed. So.
I once went to visit the school where my auntie teaches in Wales, and I stayed there for a couple of days. Whilst I was there, I made friends with a girl called Rosie, but after that I lost contact with her. That same summer though, at a summer camp, which was 100 kilometres away from where I'd met her, you'll never guess who was there. It was actually Rosie. And we got friendly during that week, but then again I lost contact with her after that. 3 years later, I changed schools, and when I walked through the door the first day, there was Rosie, and apparently she changed schools as well, and now we're really good friends. She sits down next to me in biology, so yeah, it's quite a big coincidence.
It's quite a funny story because when I moved here when I was really small, I joined a nursery group sort of thing where I met another English boy. And then later on when we moved to a new house, they coincidentally moved to the house next door without knowing where we lived. And then as the years went by, my dad had to move around different countries because of his job. And it turns out that my friend's dad would move to the same country as my dad practically every year that he moved. So first it was India, then Dubai, and then the most recent coincidence is that I moved countries and he went to live in the same country as me, the same year, at pretty much the same time of year.
Well, I can't really think of one that's happened to me, but my dad always tells the story of when he was 17 and he went to Holland to work in a summer job with his friend. And they got to a party and they didn't know anyone there, and so they started asking around and introducing themselves. And one of the guys he met had actually been in my granddad's army unit, 20 years back or something. And when they left the army, he kind of just dropped off of the face of the earth, nobody knew where he'd gone, no way to get in contact with him or anything. And my dad bumped into him in Holland in a party. So he kind of says that it's kind of and so him and my granddad got back into contact since then, so it's kind of thanks to my dad.